Welcome back to the 207 Kitchen at O'Main Studios in Portland. With us today, Lynn Archer from Archer's on the Pier in Rockland, making a nice autumn dish. What's on the menu?
Cranberry apple baked stuffed pork chops.
All right, where do we begin?
So basically we're gonna make a stuffing. And I just use day-old bread, just rip it up. And as you can see, I'm melting a couple tablespoons of butter there. And then I add a rib of celery and carrot and diced onion and an apple that I'm dicing because I went apple picking because it is the season.
It is apple season.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weather.
Before we go any farther, and although you'll keep making this as we go, let's talk a little bit about the backstory. You have a background in nutrition. Before you got into the restaurant business, you were actually working, teaching nutrition, if I have that correct?
Yeah, I worked for CCAP. I was food services coordinator, and my education was in nutrition. And one of the things, because my other education was growing up without a lot of money.
So it just turns out that in recent weeks, some of the people who are on your staff talked to you about the challenges of preparing reasonably priced, healthy meals for a family. And the challenge was sort of laid down. Someone said to you, bet you can't serve dinner for a family of 4 for a week on a budget of $100. And you said, I'll take that challenge.
And I took the challenge willingly and happily, and I beat the challenge, adding dessert and many meals, because my husband works on a boat, Walt works on a boat. Walt got to take the leftovers from the night before to his crew on the boat.
And this dish is one that you came up with. So this is a dish that, when averaged out, comes to dinner for a family of 4 for about $7 a night.
About $7.
Yeah.
So the baked stuffed pork chops had mashed potatoes and buttered carrots, and I made a brownie, pan of brownies, and ice cream was on sale, so we had hot fudge brownie sundaes on top of that.
So all your veg that you chopped up just going in with the butter?
Going in with the butter.
Okay.
And saute. And the apple is in there too. It's just a diced apple. And then some craisins, about a half a cup, maybe a little more, depending on how many. And I'm making stuffing for 6 pork chops. As you can see, I've only got 2 here.
Right.
But that's all you do.
Now, one of the key things that you do when looking for good value when shopping is you just get the circulars, you get the advertising inserts out of the newspaper, and that sort of dictates what you might buy at the store on your next trip.
Every week. And you know, one of the things that one of my workers said to me was, well, you can't have steak. Porterhouse steaks were on sale this week for $6.97 a pound. No, I don't want to pay $16 a pound or $20 a pound, but when I grew up, we shopped with a flyer.
And the pork chops cost $1.49 a pound.
$1.49 a pound
and
today.
that's what prompted you to make the pork chops.
To do the baked stuffed pork chops.
Because the carrots, the onions, the celery,
very
modestly priced.
Right.
You get the pork chops for $1.49, and boom, that's how you serve
That's
a meal.
how you do it.
That's a good meal, it's a healthy meal, and that's also a very inexpensive meal.
And yeah, and that's the other thing. The challenge was, well, it'll be just pasta, it won't be healthy for you.
Yeah.
Way wrong. It's just, and the other thing we talked about earlier is timing. You know, people don't have a lot of time.
Right.
This dish, start to finish, takes a half an hour, including the potatoes and the veg. And you can bake your brownies at the same time too.
How do you know when this is ready? You don't want to overdo this.
You don't want to overdo it. Your onion are soft and translucent.
Right.
And then you just dump it in your bread.
Yep.
Just like that. And I use chicken stock. You can use boiling water if you prefer not to use chicken stock. But you just mix it in nicely like that. And you make a soft stuffing. And I don't know if you noticed, I use Bell seasoning. It's kind of an old-fashioned multi-purpose stuffing seasoning.
I can tell by the box that it's old.
Yeah.
It's been around a while.
Yeah,
Not that box, but the brand.
Well, I don't know, you know.
Yeah, that box might have been in your kitchen.
It was in my kitchen.
For 10 years.
Well, I don't know about that long. I cook a lot. I'm a turkey chicken lover, and so I use Bell seasoning, and I use it in soups, and so probably it's not 10 years old, but maybe a couple. But that's what the stuffing, when you put it together, you make it a little bit wetter than that. And then you just put it on top of your pork chops. Put your oven hot. You want your oven about 425, and you want your stuffing to brown up quick. But pork will get dry if you cook it too long.
And how long would you put it in there? At
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
15 to 20 minutes.
And
That's
then,
it.
And then you're ready to go.
And then you're ready to go.
So again,
Dinner is done.
This is one of 7 dinners that Lynn prepared for a family of 4. Cost $100 for the week. So you want to get this recipe, just head to our website or our app, head to the 207 section of newcentermaine.com.
And
that's
then-
where you're going to find the recipe for the baked stuffed pork chops with apple cranberry.
Apple cran.
There you go. That's a pretty nice looking dish, and it doesn't take a lot of time as well. Lynn, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Pleasure as
Rob.
always. More information on Archers on the Pier on our website. And stay with us. We're going to be back with more of 207 in a moment.